Hello, my name is John. I'm doing assignment number one. That is using the wrong words in the wrong order. And the example I'm going to use is talking to my son about Rosa Parks. He was learning about her the other day in school, and when he was trying to explain it to us, he started off with saying she wouldn't sit down. When we asked him who wouldn't sit down, he said she wouldn't sit down on the bus. We had to do some coaxing and prodding to get him to explain the who part of that, which was Rosa Parks, what it is she was doing, not sitting in the back of the bus that at the time was what she was supposed to be doing, the when, given the time frame, and the where. Honestly, I forget where she was at when this happened, but he gave it to us out of order in such a manner that we lost all sense of context. All the syntax was gone as far as we could tell. It was just random sentences that he was saying, even though he knew what he wanted to say. He had an idea, he had a plan as far as what he was trying to explain. He just couldn't use the words in the right order, so we couldn't understand what he was saying. And because of his word choice, and because of the nature of what he was talking about, it wasn't something that we could easily grab onto and help him through. Same thing happens regularly in normal conversation. You'll be asking, what's for dinner, or what do you want to do for dinner, and it'll be breakfast time. And you're just using the wrong word for any number of reasons. In the case of my son, he didn't understand that for the story to make sense, we needed to know the big important details up front. For things like, what do you want for dinner, or what do you want to watch on TV when you're already watching an episode, these are just mental lapses that, while they don't make a lot of sense at the time, they're fairly explainable and understandable. Or not understandable, excusable. They just kind of happen. The other issue, especially dealing with my son Sean, is he's 8. So he doesn't really have a good grasp of the context of what was going on and why it was such a big deal. He also doesn't have a lot of cultural understanding and competence when it comes to what's going on around him. And that's because he's 8. There's nothing really that we can do about that until he gets older and has more life experience behind him. But we do the same thing throughout our day. We look at what we're used to and what we're expecting to see, and we react to that. And how many times is somebody at the cashier says, "Have a nice day and drive safe," and you say, "You too." She's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. They're staying right there. But you responded with what you were expecting them to say, which was just the "Have a nice day. It's a sunny day." You were expecting a specific sentence. They gave you that sentence and then a little bit more, and you just reacted to the initial part that you were expecting. And that's something that all of us have to deal with, and it makes conversation more awkward, since we don't always listen to what we're being told. We hear what we're told, but we don't always listen in the manner that we should. So our conversations sometimes get out of sync, out of whack. And the only way to fix that is by listening better, by paying more attention to what's being said and focus on that, as opposed to what you think is being said, what you would like being said, or in the case of what's for dinner, what you want for dinner. It's breakfast time, but still, you're thinking about dinner.